So, we ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Hello there, this is Cumulative Upkeep. Just a couple of friends chatting about Magic, you know, this game we really like or love and stuff. I'm Jay, I play Commander, love Commander, and am an aspiring Modern player, and this is my co-host, Booster Tutor.
Hello!
He loves Limited.
I'm a lover of Limited, even though I haven't really got to play Limited in a while, because no one wants to play Rivals anymore, apparently. I know.
So how this works is we're going to jump into what we played, and then we will go into the news, which Boosty also has a very special pack to open for us.
Oh, it's a pack of something.
It's a pack of something, maybe not special.
Yeah, you should. Well, yeah, we'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
And then we'll get into our main topic, which is top 10 Brawl commanders that we're excited about playing because we don't feel qualified to make a list of top 10 Brawl commanders.
Hey, before this format's even out, let's tell you the top 10 that you're definitely going to play. We got the secret tech.
We don't play standard, but we got this.
Right.
So let's get into what we played. What did you play, Boosty?
I played a little commander with somebody called Jay.
Oh, hey, yeah, right. So,
right.
If you couldn't tell from the Skype situation going on here, we don't live in the same place, but we met up in Boise and it was awesome.
That's right. Me and my wife traveled to Boise basically just to see Jay. So
it was super exciting.
Yeah. So we actually went to ABU Games, which was awesome.
Yeah, it was your first ABU experience?
Yeah, that place is amazing. Right. Like, it's huge. There's so many games. There's just so much stuff everywhere. There's tons of room to play. Yeah, so played a little commander. I played my dinosaur deck, which, spoiler, is no longer ADH deck. It's a Brawl deck. And my wife played her Treefolk deck.
Her Treefolk deck.
Yes.
So good.
And what did you play?
I played my Carador deck.
Exactly. Kicked our butts.
I don't know. I don't remember the last time it went off that well.
Yeah, okay. I feel like you were holding back a little bit. I feel like you could have gone off like a little bit more, but you're like, oh, I'll play it. I'll be nice.
Right. But then, like, we like both went home for the day, and then like we came back the next day, and like Noelle, Boosty's wife, was like, let's play again.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And she's like, you have to play Carador. And I was like, okay. And then she just like everything. She had all of the graveyard hate in her deck and drew it all. And I was like, I can do nothing.
Basically, she wanted to beat you. That was her goal. We went home or to our Airbnb, whatever. And she was like, so what do you have that can like beat Jay? So I was going through my trades I had, which had like a Relic of Progenitus. It had Son of Will and Moon. You didn't even see that. It had Bajika Bog. It had Rest in Peace. Like I was just like, oh wow, I have all this graveyard hate in my trade binders. And she's like, add it.
It was super good. She did good stuff. Way to go, Noelle.
Yeah, right. And then and her deck like went off too. It was like everything's indestructible, everything's gigantic. I attack, all these triggers happen. It was just like I was just sitting there with like, I have my one dinosaur. I have Watley who's doing nothing because I have no creatures out right now.
Watley is staring down an army of trees.
Right.
It was so good.
Oh, yeah. It was good. It was fun times.
Yeah. So what else did you play?
I played, actually today, a little bit of Brawl.
How was it?
It was actually surprisingly fun. So, like I said, I had my dinosaur deck, and it's not a good commander deck. Like, it doesn't do enough. It just puts out creatures. So I was like, you know what? Most of it's like standard stuff, so I might as well just make it a Brawl deck. So I took Gisharth, whatever that 8 mana dinosaur is, that when it hits, you just put all the dinosaurs into play. Had that as my commander, whittled it down to 60 cards, which was a little harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought, well, it's all this like commander stuff I had to get rid of because it's all non-standard. But like, you got to cut a lot of cards. Because you have to have like at least 24 land, 22 maybe. And it didn't leave enough room, like that much room for dinosaurs. I had to cut like Polyraptor I cut.
Okay.
The one who's like indestructible and has flying and double strike, I cut that. Like all the really high cost ones I cut, except for Zakama.
Okay.
Kept that one. So got it down, played against a mono green, is that Ronas? Yeah, played against that. And it was a close game because like he got me down to 4 and I was able to stabilize because I had the Immortal Sun out, which that card is amazing in Brawl.
Okay.
Like that's probably like a card, like that's the thing with Brawl. It feels like it's going to be all these cards have to go in these type of decks. Like Immortal Sun I can see just going in like almost any deck.
Right.
It's so good. So it made all my dinosaurs cheaper, made them bigger, made me draw 2 cards. And in the end I was able to pull it through.
Hey, nice work.
Yeah. But it was only 1-on-1, so it wasn't a full multiplayer experience. But it was still fun. It was a lot of fun. I was surprised.
So you like Brawl?
I like it.
We'll get more into that later.
We'll get more into that. But yeah, so thumbs up for me so far.
Oh, good.
So what did you play?
Dude, I've played so much Magic. I'm so excited. And I mean, it's been a while, so it's yeah. I played Modern again.
Nice.
Speaking of which, I had the great pleasure of being a guest on another podcast called Fishin, a Merfolk podcast. It's 2 guys. One of them is super into fish. The other one is just super into Modern. Not really into fish. But
right. Yeah, I noticed that.
They're really wonderful guys. So you should go over and listen not only to that episode, but like subscribe to them and everything. Because they have lots of cool insights for all things fish related and Modern, and they have an episode on Tron, so like lots of cool stuff.
Right. They branch out, which is nice.
Right. So they had some like tips for getting into Modern with Merfolk, which is kind of what I'm doing. So I went to Modern right after that episode came out, and I got my butt kicked. It was awful.
So you're saying that the podcast made you worse at Modern, actually?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Sorry, guys. No, absolutely not. But it was a good learning experience. Somehow, like, yeah, I won against Burn, but I lost so much. So we're going to move on. I also drafted for the first time that same night.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Masters. I did Masters 25, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I was like super self-conscious in my ability to evaluate cards and whether or not they were good. So I was like, I'm just going to troll this. And so I like saw an assembly worker pass or a self-assembler pass. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab all of these. And so
Let's do this.
I got a play set of them. And then I had 2 Mishra's workshop factories.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Right. And then the MVP of the night was Triskaidekaphobia. I won 3 games by that Triskaidekaphobia.
Oh man, that's crazy.
I was just like, and one of them was like turn 4. So it was like did a bunch of damage and then so it was my turn 5.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like played Triskaidekaphobia, won, and the dude was like, it was also in the finals of like our little mini tournament, and he was just like, what?
Really?
What just happened?
Right.
He was like, I can't believe this actually worked. So I went undefeated, and
awesome.
It was super awesome.
Congrats. You've remastered draft, so
right.
Yeah. Like I got that done, yeah.
And then last night, actually, I played Commander with my friends Sydney and Lucas, who, if I ever have a Magic experience, it's almost always with them. So I figured I'd like actually say them by name because they're excellent. Yeah. Anyway, so we played Commander, and Lucas and I immediately were just like going at each other's throats. I was playing Animar. He was really insulted about something that I did. And I was like, okay, we're doing this. And so we just like killed each other. So like I got him down to 5 life. He played the Magister Sphinx that sets my life to 10.
Stupid card.
Right. And then Sydney just like low-key comes in, steals Lucas's Clone Legion that's in his graveyard, copies all of my Animar creatures.
Ooh.
And then just kills us both. Like just
nice.
Yeah, it was Sydney was just like, okay, I got this.
Right? No, you guys go ahead. Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. You kill each other.
She's probably like secretly like saying like little side comments to get you guys like mad at each other or something.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Little subliminal messages. You're like, wait a minute.
Right? She's like texting Lucas, like, oh, yeah, right? I'm pretty sure Jay hates you. Like,
Right? Remember when she attacked you like 5 turns ago? You should get it back.
Look at that Animar just making fun of you.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
All right.
on to the news.
You know what? I'm itching to open this thing I got, so I kind of want to do that first.
On to the pack opening.
Yeah, it's a little bit of news because Wizards, or actually Ultra Pro, was announced a while ago, but they just released Relic tokens.
What?
Right?
What?
So these are just like little plastic tokens that you go to like certain things. Like you can have Planeswalkers, you can have Tarmogoyf is the big one people want. You can also open foil ones.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna
right.
open it.
Yeah, we're gonna open it. It's a really weird product. I actually asked Vicente, the guy who runs my shop, like, "Are you guys gonna get these?" And he's like, "No, we're not getting these." And then I show up today, and the guy who works our Manny was all like, "Oh yeah, we got like 2 boxes and sold out." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we have 1 pack left." I was like, oh, "Okay, I'll buy it." So I'm gonna open this up.
That's so exciting.
I don't know what exactly I want to get. So $5 for 3 tokens. So
Okay.
yeah. So okay. Tarmogoyf, first one, right there. Okay, so let's see. How this works is, so there's the Tarmogoyf, and you just can change its power toughness right there.
That's
Actually kind of cool. I mean,
that's crazy.
yeah,
What?
right? Okay. Oh, our foil is Soldier, which that beautiful art. I love that art.
What?
I'm guessing this is like how many you want, like 41 soldier tokens. There you
Sure.
go.
Sure.
Oh, you have a big soldier that can change. And snacks.
Snack.
That touch snacks.
It's a snack.
So yeah, there we go.
That's a pretty good pack.
No, that's not a bad bag. Glad I was, and yeah, here's all the ones you can get. So there's a ton there. We are not endorsed or anything by Ultra Pro.
Yeah, no.
I wish, right?
Ultra Pro, hit us up.
Right. Sweet. So yeah, Tarmogoyf. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, hey.
I don't play the card, but
You have to now.
now I have to buy it, get a playset, start modern just
Yep.
because of that token.
Yep.
Ultra Pro.
Curses.
Curses. All right, so let's move on to the news.
The rest of the news.
Rest of the news. First, wanted to talk about Dominaria, of course,
Of course.
and talk about this art,
Best art.
like in forever, because holy crap, it's amazing. Just first off, I mean, most of them are the epics, the sagas.
Yeah.
But first off, I want to talk about Karn's Temporal Sundering by Noah Bradley and how amazing that thing looks.
It's so amazing.
It's just like, I don't know what's going on. It's Karn. It looks like he's, I don't know, screaming something.
Right.
And just like all like these different planes or time period. I guess the time period's temporal. So yeah, different time periods because he's traveled through time, like little sections of it.
I would guess that's Dominaria through the ages.
Yeah, exactly. And like it goes from good to not great.
Right.
Right. So yeah, love that art by Noah Bradley.
It's amazing. All of the art in this set is just like fantastic.
Yeah, just because like a lot of it does, like the sagas just don't look like magic art. Like they look like, or like old magic art almost. Like they don't look like the newer stuff.
Right. Like
Without
I
crazy
tweeted the
art.
other day, I was like, the new Llanowar elf art is just like stunning. And then
Right.
someone was like, which one? And I was like, oh, good point. They're both so wonderful. What?
Right? Like one of them's like the full art, like promo one, which is awesome looking. And then you have the other one where he's like a badass, like about to attack. You're like, you're Llanowar elf. What are you doing?
Yeah, right. Get back there. Create
Get
mana.
back. Make my mana. But attack if no one's there. Yeah. There's no blockers. Go ahead.
No.
First, we have the Mirari conjecture,
Yeah.
which is just like some kind of crazy like equation going on over a map with it just like,
But it looks
I don't
like
know.
very astrological. Or,
yeah. Next, one of my favorites is Time of Ice. It's just like this tapestry of Dominaria of like all this history in it. Like someone posted like all the references in there. Like you have the king here, who's the one who makes tokens, the soldier tokens. You have the girl here, who's the one who gives +2/+2 to barbarians. You have like the outpost up here, just like all kinds of like stuff that I don't really know the names of. But when he showed me, I was like, oh yeah, I know that card. Like, oh yeah, I know that card.
It's so cool.
Yeah, and just the old like.
Wait, Jaya's there. That's totally Jaya.
Jaya, yeah, there. Yeah. And I think that's the 5-color guy, maybe?
That has to be the 5-color guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, just amazing. And it looks like a stained glass window almost. Like, well, not really, but like an old tapestry. Something like that. Just old school art.
I can't get over that because that's like a running theme is it's just like tapestries or stained glass.
Yeah. Especially freaking the first eruption.
Oh, God.
Which, wow.
Congratulations to whoever won that on eBay.
Yeah, that was up on eBay. It went for like almost $7,000. And I can see why. Because it's an oil painting that looks like it's literally like sewn, like weaved tapestry.
That's insane.
It's so insane. It's so nice. I love it. And then even like some of the regular cards like Wizard's Lightning and Wizard's Retort. There's just so much going on there. Like Wizard's Lightning is a wizard on the cliff, like attacking a castle, just with this giant lightning. And Wizard's Retort is a wizard on the other side, protecting it with like a bubble. So
it's so good.
And it's just so amazing looking. Like, wow, this is just a uncommon. He put all this effort into this art. Love it. So now let's talk about Dominaria release. We've got some little new tidbits. They had revealed the legendary card frame. Mm-hmm. And it's like this weird wavy. I don't know how to like really. What does that look like?
You think it's weird? You don't like it?
I like it. It's just like, I don't know. It looks, for some reason, it looks off to me, but I like it. Maybe there's too much black going on there at the top. I don't know.
Someone put like a clear cut between the two colors, like the green and the white, on this card that we're looking at, Shayna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it like suddenly made everything different. I don't know. I think I
weird.
agree. It looks a little odd.
Yeah.
But at the very top, they put just like a black bar in between the two colors, and it made it look totally different. Anyway, not
weird.
that we're saying that it needs to be upgraded. Just
no. I like it. It's just
it looks
I
a
guess
little off. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little off, but it's like I still like it. So yeah. It's not like Invocations from Amonkhet, where it's just like, oh no, I don't like that.
Right. But yeah, I really like these.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. But next we have F&M promos. They revealed 3 of those. So as we were talking about Shayna, she is one of them. It's basically like, it's not full art. It's just a weird like new color. Is it a new color? Yeah. There's like a weird color going on, and then behind the text box, there's like the Planeswalker symbol, and yeah, it just looks fancier.
It does look fancier.
It looks fancier. Basically, they said like they couldn't do alternate art anymore because if they wanted to do that, they would have to decide like way in advance, and this way they can get better cards out. So like Cast Down and Opt are cards they're making FDM, and they're like playable, and that's because of the play group. They're like, oh, this one's playable, it's good. You should make it an F&M promo so people can get them. Whereas if they were doing alternate art, they'd be like, I guess this might be good. And then it turns out it like no one plays it.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. So some sacrifices made, but it still looks awesome. At first I thought they were full art, but no.
Which of these do you like the most?
I think the Opt.
Agreed.
I think it just, for some reason, it looks like, I think it's probably because of the blue background, just all blends in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Cast Down's a pretty awesome card.
Yeah, dude, right.
Right. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be good in limited for this set, but it's good everywhere else almost.
Yes.
2 mana, destroy target non-legendary creature. That's pretty easy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So
yeah, right. Next promo, they have the Store Championship. You got this for just entering. Steel Leaf Champion. It is the green for a 5/4, and it can't be blocked by creature with the power 2 or less. Elf Knight. And this is foil, full art. And it looks freaking amazing.
Champion Elf.
Yes, Champion Elf. Freaking with his giant... I don't know what that thing is.
It looks like... Oh my god, it looks like Protean Hulk.
Yeah, right? Some kind of weird, like, spore creature, so...
Yeah,
weird.
It's Protean Hulk. I'm just going to say it's Protean Hulk.
Reprint coming up.
Oh, yes.
There you go. And the winner of the Store Championship gets a nice little cool Teferi mat, which is pretty awesome looking.
Yeah.
I'll take Teferi anytime I can get him.
What is his staff?
Yeah, I don't know. It almost looks like an Egyptian thing to me.
That's what I was thinking.
Right? Interesting. Next, we have Open House, which you'll get Land of War Elves. What do you think about the art about that?
If I had to choose, I think I would like the one with the two swords.
With the blades?
Yeah.
Just cooler looking?
But you bring up a great point as to Land of War Elves aren't supposed to be out on the battlefield. They're supposed to be in the forest making mana.
Hey, they're ready to fight, right? I just like this one full art foil.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And its text box is just tap, add green.
That is wigging me out, man. Wigging me out.
So weird, right? Like, to what? What am I adding it to?
Yeah. What? Where does it go?
Where does it go? Am I adding it to my creature? Next, the league card. If you do the league, sealed league, usually, you get a, oh boy, Zolfarian Void. Is that right?
Zolfarian?
Zolfarian?
Sure.
Or just Zolfarin? Sure.
Zolfarin.
Zolfarin Void. It's a land. When it enters the battlefield, you scry one. Doesn't come to play tapped, but it taps for colorless. Or sorry, taps, add colorless.
The wind whispers, come home, but I cannot. To fairy.
I like that. That's awesome.
That was the flavor text. Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think about this art?
It looks like City of Brass in the background.
Right? Yeah. I like it. I understand it's a void. A little sparse. I know it's supposed to be. But
you like more interesting voids? I mean,
I guess, yeah, right. It's like they're like, hey, draw a void. And the guy's probably like, oh, really?
Honestly, I would not turn this playmat down. So.
Oh, no. Yeah, right?
Right.
And then lastly, we have a Draft Weekend card promo. It is Zahid, the Jinn of the Lamp. Or just Jinn of the Lamp, sorry. For a blue for a 5/6 legendary creature. You may pay 3 and a blue and tap an untapped artifact control rather than pay this spell's mana cost, flying. So you can pay 4, tap an artifact, comes into play. So, interesting card.
Yeah. Beautiful artwork.
Beautiful art, just like the lamp.
Yeah.
I'm holding it. Love that.
That's so cool. That's so flavorful and beautiful. And
he's pretty creepy looking, actually.
Yes, indeed.
And our last promo, which gotta talk about this. Apparently, there's some people are upset about this.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? So basically, they're fine with this part. Which, if you pre-order a booster box of Dominaria from your local store, you can take it home pre-release weekend. Which I think that's awesome.
Yes.
A week early, freaking get your box, like, awesome. Especially for me, if I'm doing YouTube openings, a week early is always nice. But if you buy a box, you get a buy a box promo as usual, except this time, this is the only way you can get it. So, and that card is Fire Song and Sunspeaker. 4 red-white for a 4/6, Minotaur Cleric, legendary creature. Red instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. Whenever a white instant or sorcery spell causes you to gain life, Fire Song and Sunspeaker deal 3 damage to target creature or player. People are not happy that this is the only way to get the card. They feel like it's going to like limit the quantity. It's going to just jack up the price because of Brawl and Commander. Like it's going to be a sought after card for that.
Sure.
Yeah. So I understand, but also like, dude, how many times are like buy a box promos just lying around? Like I see them all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be fine.
They need some incentive for people to buy boxes.
Right? Yeah, like usually when it's just like, here's an alternate art to a card that nobody's playing, like F&M promo, it's like, well, who cares? It's just, yeah. But is this card also going to make you buy a box?
No.
Yeah, not really. Like I'll trade for this or just buy it for like $5, which will probably be.
But then if no one buys it.
That's true.
They'll probably just sell them. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Well.
And last part of news, Wizards announced a little format called Brawl.
Hey.
So a Brawl is basically standard Commander.
Yes.
How it works is each player's deck is 60 cards, so 60 cards instead of 100. Other than basic land cards, no card may appear in a deck more than once, so singleton format, just like before. Each card must be legal in the standard format. Cards banned in the standard format can't be played in Brawl, so no, Smuggler's Copter. Before the game begins, each player designates one legendary creature or planeswalker.
Or
Planeswalker. In their decks as their commander. And each player begins the game at 30 life.
And commander damage isn't a thing.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, commander damage does not exist.
Right.
Yeah. So, what do you think of Brawl?
Yes. Okay. I
sip my tea.
I'm going to make a Brawl deck because I'm intrigued.
Exactly. That's how I feel too.
But
I already made my Brawl deck.
Right.
I just took my commander deck, whittled it down, and because it's like, you know what? This seems like fun. It seems like it's actually going to be pretty easy to make a deck. That might be a problem. That's a pro or con. Don't know. But yeah, I played it and it was pretty fun actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot like Limited to me.
Okay.
Just because it's like singleton format. It's all these cards I already know from drafting. You kind of like go with a theme almost sometimes, like tribal. That's the easy thing. Like you can do that in draft too. So yeah. With
the people you've talked to, do they seem excited about Brawl?
I feel like people are pretty excited. Like people at my shop, not so much. Like I put on the Facebook group, like, hey, who's making a Brawl deck? People are like, why? I was like, okay. But that's just like my shop. I went to, when I was coming back home from my trip, I stopped at some random shop and the guy who owns that place was talking about how excited his players are for Brawl. They're like, can we play Brawl now? Can we just do it? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And like, he was already sold out of his like allocation of Dominaria boxes and stuff. So people were super hyped just for that. So yeah, I think I have a feeling it's going to be like super hyped in the beginning. People are going to be like excited to try it out. And I think the rotating part of it is kind of going to turn people off.
That's the kicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's another standard format.
Exactly, right? Like that's why people like Commander. Like you can make a deck and you're done. You got this for like as long as Commander's around.
Right.
This one, like eventually the deck's going to rotate and then hopefully people will be like, oh, this deck I have, I can just add cards to it now and make it a good Commander deck or semi-playable Commander deck.
Right.
And maybe you'll get more Commander players.
Right.
But we'll see. Maybe people are just going to be like, I got my Brawl deck. It's rotating. I never really played that much. I'm done. So.
But I guess it is a pretty good gateway drug to Commander.
Exactly. So get people like interested in like, oh yeah. And like, what about all these cards you can play with? And like, oh.
This card from Tempest you never knew about.
Right. Just this thing called Tempest you never knew about. But I like it because you have all, like, say you draft. Like you get all these cards that you're just like, I can't do anything with these. Now you can like, oh, I need this for Brawl. Like I can just take this or add these cards and like.
It's still competitive.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's supposed to be casual. That's the thing.
But.
Yeah,
why is it sanctioned then? Like if it's just casual.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, right? Like, are people going to break this super fast? Like, oh, this is the deck you have to play. Because there's such a limited card pool. Like, say you have a commander, like, here's the way you have to play this deck because these cards have to go into it. Right. Like, I was making my dinosaur one, and basically it was like, settle the wreckage. Oh, this is white, removes all attacking creatures. This is going to go in every white deck. Like,
yes.
Immortal Sun, that's easily going to go in almost every deck.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like going to be like a Soul Ring for a lot of cards. It's going to be a lot of Soul Rings. Where people are just like, this has to go in every commander deck.
Yes.
So, yeah, I'm excited, but also, hopefully it'll all work out.
So you're going to keep your Brawl deck together for a while?
Yeah, I'll keep it. I might even make other ones just to try it out.
I see.
Yeah, like if like go to a GP or something and like, hey, want to play some Brawl? Which... we'll see. I'm like, yeah, sure, I got a Brawl deck.
I'm excited for the future to see what the future holds.
Exactly. And hey, if it like incentivizes them to make better commanders, like, hey, we got Brawl, let's make these cool commanders in standard. That's cool.
I'm hoping that's just the excuse that.
Exactly, right. And also probably the main reason they're making this, Arena.
So you can play it in Arena.
So you can play it because I mean, think about that. Like you make Brawl in Arena, and then the rotation happens, and they're like, "Oh, these cards you can't play, but you still have these to make a Brawl deck." You're like, "Okay, that's fine." Like you're not like caught off by surprise. Like, "Oh, what?" Like 3 months after rotation, "Oh, I can't play this deck."
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's like an easy way to like try incorporate Commander into Arena.
Sure.
So, yeah. But gee, I'll probably try out Brawl in Arena if it ever comes.
Right. To Mac.
Exactly.
Okay. So speaking, like, we're just going to jump into our main topic, which is our top 10 commanders that we think would be fun to play with.
Exactly. For Brawl.
Our honorable mentions start with Angrath, the Flame Chains, who's the red-black Minotaur.
Yeah. So I was looking and I was trying to find Planeswalkers that would make good commanders for Brawl, and there's not a ton. But I thought Angrath would be cool just because, you know, black-red, there's not too many commanders for that. And I liked his +1, which is each opponent discards a card and loses 2 life.
Yeah, each
so
opponent.
You're hitting, exactly. It's 4-player format. So it's really good in that. You can steal creatures and make them then they sacrifice it. And then his -8 is each opponent loses life equal to the number of cards in his or her graveyard.
Synergy.
That could just win you the game right there. So,
right.
Yeah. So that's the main reason. That's what the honorable mention.
Yeah.
Yeah. It might just be better as a card in a Brawl deck. So
I think so.
yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
We also have Neheb the Eternal, which is a great card. It seems like having a monocolored deck is going to be extremely difficult.
Right. Like there's not too much to choose from. Just because like you're going to have to run like every red card maybe.
Right.
Yeah. But I do like the ability of whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much mana.
Yeah.
So you could run like so much like burn spells to just get a ton of mana with him. And
are there that many in standard burn spells?
I mean,
pretty, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. But I mean, even if you're doing like 3 damage and getting like, 3 mana, it's not bad. Right. And if you have ways to hit multiple opponents and get a ton of mana that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so. And people are like, with the mono red, like him or Hazaret.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I kind of like this because if you have him and you're getting a ton of mana and then you have Hazaret out, you can also just use that to discard a ton of stuff and do damage and then get more mana. It's like...
What?
Yeah, right? Next we have Timet.
Okay.
Vizier of Nakataman.
Excellent.
I like this guy just because of Embalm, basically. It's cool because it's Embalm, token and stuff, but the fact that it's only like one of your token creatures each turn becomes unblockable and gets +1, it's kind of like, that's okay. But he's also super cheap, which is nice. And he has Embalm himself, so you can always like do his ability on himself. But maybe he's more of like a 1 versus 1 Brawl deck.
Yeah. I'm digging the low-cost commanders, though.
Exactly. Right?
Seems pretty great.
Yeah.
And then we also have Rashmi, Eternity's Crafter. I'll just read her. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card with converted mana cost less than the spell's, you may cast it without paying its mana cost. If you don't cast the revealed card, put it into your hand. So it's value or card draw, which is value. So
there's no like theme to this. It's just like, oh, she's amazing.
It's just value.
Yeah, right. Like, is she like highly played in regular Commander?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if like she was like maybe this is her time to really shine, but if she's already shining in Commander, then
yes.
Boom.
She's fine.
Yeah. Oh, free spells, or I just get free cards, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. It's just, like I said, value.
Yeah, exactly. Next for me, I already made this. Gishath, I can never pronounce this.
Gishath.
Gishath, Sun's Avatar. It was fine. It costs so much. 8 mana is a ton, so you have to run a ton of things of like to make your dinosaur spells cost less, which is nice. That's easy to do. And its ability is amazing, which is basically if you hit the opponent, you reveal cards, and if there's any dinosaurs, you just put them on the battlefield. So if you have a Sakama, you reveal it, it just comes on the battlefield right there. And it has Trample, Vigilant, Haste, which is nice because when you play it, you get to attack right away.
So it's cool.
Yeah, it's a tribal deck, so it's fun that way, but it's not amazing or anything.
Right. Nice. Yeah. Tribal synergy. Good.
Exactly.
But
speaking of tribal
so
synergy, exactly, it's just
though.
so much.
Yeah.
8 mana is a lot of mana.
And our last honorable mention is Dipala, who's the dwarf pilot. And other dwarves you control get +1/+1. And then each vehicle you control gets +1/+1 as long as it's a creature. So lots of awesome tribal synergy in a red-white deck.
Yep. So, I mean, vehicles are cool. Dwarves are cool, but there's not that many of them, I feel like. But there's a ton of vehicles. But it also feels like this deck's just going to be like, throw every vehicle and every dwarf in there, and you're done.
Yeah.
And you need people to crew those vehicles.
Now we get into our actual list.
There we go. Starting with number 10.
My boo.
Your boo.
My boo. Which, as previously stated on Cumulative Upkeep, we will be pronouncing her name Jawira. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. Speaking of value, there it is.
Right, that's it. And it's amazing.
It's great. Just keep drawing those cards.
You got freaking blue, red. So you already got a ton of draw there with the blue. It's 4 mana, so not that high.
For 3/3.
Yeah, and with Kaladesh, you got a ton of artifacts.
Yep.
Dominaria, you got tons of legendaries.
She's going to be great.
Yeah, she's going to be pretty good. Do you want to talk about the next one too?
Yeah, okay. I'll talk about this one too. This was my idea too. Kumena, so makes a Merfolk tribal, because you can in Standard, because thanks Ixalan.
Yeah, right.
And I really hope that there are some excellent Kumena Brawl decks out there.
Yeah, like, don't know if there's. I feel like there's probably a ton, enough Merfolk to make a really cool deck, and a fast deck too. To think about it.
Yeah, I was looking at some lists earlier.
Yeah, if he's only 3 mana and like a ton of Merfolk are like 1 to 3 mana also. Ouch, that's gonna get out of control.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
And I mean, its abilities are just excellent.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I guess you want to try and stay Merfolk. Yeah. And so you could probably go out, but nah, forget it.
That's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea. It's tribal. Come on.
Yeah.
Speaking of tribal again, Admiral Beckett Brass.
There we go.
This is the legendary creature human pirate. It is 1 blue, black, red for a 3/3. Other pirates you control get +1/+1. Okay, nice little buff. At the beginning of your end step, gain control of target non-land permanent controlled by a player who has dealt combat damage by 3 or more pirates this turn. So, got hit with a lot of pirates, but if they're all +1/+1 and you're only playing pirates, that's not going to be too hard.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and you get a 3-color deck right there, which is always nice. Tons of options.
The thing I like about our top, or last 3, I don't know, the first 3 that we mentioned, is tribal is pretty much, is well acknowledged as being one of the best ways to get into Commander.
Yeah.
Because it's so flavorful and it's a relatively straightforward thing to do.
Exactly.
Just take all your pirates. And so it'll be a really easy way to get into Brawl and enjoy it and get you connected to your deck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean a dinosaur one, because I was like, oh, dinosaurs, it just says dinosaur. I just put it in the deck. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
And also, she doesn't cost that much. So she can come out pretty early and do a lot of work.
And as it seems like 2 or 3 mana is probably going to be the sweet spot for identity, for mana fixing, and for having enough cards and having enough variation. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like monocolor is just going to be a little too hard. Doable, but also going to really restrict you on what you can do.
Right.
Next we have Chalet? No?
I'm so torn between making fun of you or like correcting you to what I think it is.
What is it?
Chalet?
Chalet, a voice of plenty.
Or Chalet. Chalet.
Chalet. Oppenheimer Incorporated. 3 and a white for a 3/4 legendary creature angel. Flying. You, planeswalkers you control, and other creatures you control have hexproof. Then you can pay 4 green, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Wow. Okay. She's pretty amazing because it's 4 mana for a 3/4 flyer, which I love already. So cheap commander. And the fact that its ability is green, so it's a green-white commander.
Right.
And it just, like, protects all your everything and then buffs them up. So there's so many things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, when she comes to play, first off, you play her, all your stuff has hexproof. Then you can just pump up everything later on.
Yeah. I'm like hesitant to say it's a Brawl commander because I really want it just to be a EDH commander. That's like the only format I want to do her in because she's going to be so good. She's just great.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have Azor. 2 white, white, blue, blue for a 6/6 flying sphinx. Who, when he enters the battlefield, each opponent can cast instant or sorcery spells during that player's next turn, and then when he attacks, you can Sphinx his Rev, which is X white, blue, blue, and gain X life and draw X cards.
He does all the things.
Yeah.
All the things white and blue want to do, basically.
Right. Again, I see this as a commander card.
Mm-hmm.
But
Brawl is just commander for standard.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, how about I rephrase? I see this being really valuable in a format that has more than a $2,000 or 2,000 card pool.
I guess so, I guess.
But also, it's, it can do some cool things. Like, it has card draw, it has life gain, so.
Right. It's just a crazy control card, so.
Yeah.
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 I think, he's expensive, that's the problem.
I just whenever I think of him, I'm just like, but if he gets countered.
Well, when he comes into play, he does something. He stops your opponents from playing stuff in their next turn, or instant sorceries anyway. So he kind of safe from removal for a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of. And then next turn you can attack because he's flying. So attack someone who doesn't have any flying. And you just draw cards and gain life.
Sure.
Yeah, I kind of like him.
Okay.
I don't even like control, and I would he'd be my top blue-white control guy if I made a Brawl deck.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Next we have the Locust Guide. Another 6 mana for blue-red. For a 4/4, has flying. Whenever you draw a card, create a 1/1 blue and red insect creature token with flying and haste. 2 blue-red, draw a card, then discard a card. And when the Locust God dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so first off, that last ability, that's pretty amazing for...
Brawl or Commander.
Yeah, because, it dies. You doesn't have to go to exile to Command Zone to get 2 more to pay it. You just get it back.
Yeah.
So, free Commander there. Has flying, always nice. 6 mana is kind of expensive, but, its ability to make 1/1s and just so much card draw you can do, and just he himself can do the card draw. It's so good.
Yes.
Yeah, I love this card.
He's so cool.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a creature light deck, and then you're just doing a ton of card draw and removal, and yeah.
Well, yeah, because you create your own creatures.
Exactly. He makes his own army, so why bother?
Right.
Yeah, just pump them all up.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be more than a lot of other commanders, it'll be essential that he's on the battlefield.
Yeah, exactly. So you're just going to be drawing a ton of cards and be like, I should probably get him out.
Yeah, right.
He's kind of my whole plan.
Right.
Speaking of my whole plan, Watley Radiant Champion. 2 green-white for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. Her +1 is put a loyalty counter on her for each creature you control. Her -1 is target creature gets +X until the end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. And -8, you get an emblem whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you draw a card. So not very exciting, but considering there's so many tokens in Standard right now, you get the Ancestral Procession? Is that what it is?
Anointed.
Yeah, there you go, Anointed. Where you just you play a token, you get another copy of it. Right. So you can go off so fast, which is what you want to do.
Yeah. With
Legion's Landing, it's a 1-drop that makes token. You can get her just have a ton of tokens, have her come down, just plus her, and then next turn -8 her, and you're drawing all the cards.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, she's not really exciting in herself, I feel like, but I feel like if you can get her ability to go off like that, then that's mainly the point of the deck.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Basically.
She's so basic. Is what you're saying. I get you.
Moving on. Next up, we have Kembal, a Consul of Allocation, who's white-black, so 1 white-black for a 2/3. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Again, not that they had... Well, they might have had Brawl in mind. Probably did, but when they made this. But it's awesome when Wizards include stuff that says, whenever an opponent, referencing multiple people.
Yeah, not like target opponent or target player. It's opponent.
Right, all of them.
Exactly.
And, he's just going to be super powerful in
Like I feel like
games.
If it's a white-black deck, you want him as your commander. Even if it's like a vampire deck.
Absolutely.
Still him, because he's just going to be gaining and making them lose life. And then that's what the vampires do. Like so many of the cards in those decks like are just like target opponent loses life, you gain life, and then vampires have lifelink. And he's cheap, so that helps.
Yeah. Again, with the cheap commanders.
Right. Speaking of not cheap commanders, Nicol Bolas, God Pharaoh.
Daddy Bolus.
Oh, Daddy Bolus. 4 blue, black, red. So 7 mana for a 7 loyalty planeswalker. +2, target opponent exiles cards from the top of his or her library until he or she exiles a non-land card. Until end of turn, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So amazing.
Yes.
+1, each opponent exiles 2 cards from his or her hand. So each opponent, that's hitting everybody, they're each exiling 2 cards.
Yes.
-4, he deals 7 damage to target opponent or creature opponent controls. So removal, it's fine.
Yes.
And then -8, exile each non-land permanent your opponent's control. So freaking wipe the board. So he does all the things. Yeah, he costs a ton, but wow.
You're okay with it.
I'm okay with it. I mean, 3 colors, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And black and red, so you have a ton of removal. Card draw. Like, the deck can do so many things. He can do so many things. I feel like it's just going to be really annoying to play against this deck.
Yes.
But yeah, 7 mana. That's a lot.
I don't think you could persuade me to play a commander with that high mana cost.
Well, then I'll make a Brawl deck with him in it, and I'll make you play it.
Excellent. Or play against me and beat my face in.
That too. I like that idea better, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
There we
Decided.
go.
It's decided. However, I would play Hapatra, who's next on our list.
Love this card.
I would play the crap out of Hapatra.
Right?
Vizier of Poisons. A black and a green for a 2/2. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature, and then whenever you put 1 or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, create a 1/1 green Sneck creature token with depth touch. So yeah, right, Sneck.
I'm gonna need this when I make this deck. Dude, she makes so many snake tokens.
Yeah. The value.
She's so good. And only 2 mana.
Yep.
So she comes down early and you're just making -1/-1s all the time and killing the creatures, making snakes with death touch.
You sure are.
Love this.
It's so good.
It's so good. So as our number 2, the Scarab God.
Yes.
3 blue-black for a 5/5. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent loses X life and you scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. 2 blue-black, exile target creature card from a graveyard. Create a token that has a copy of it, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. And when it dies, return it to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. This card's like probably like when they announced Brawl, people were like, oh, Scarab God. Like, come on. That's like the easy choice.
Boy,
he hits all opponents, makes them lose a ton of life. He makes his own army from your graveyard, other graveyards. There's so much embalm to make other zombies. Like, it's just a crazy card.
Yes. But if you had to pick a god, so Nicol Bolas, the Scarab God,
he is a god.
or the Locust God, who would you choose?
I think for ones I want to make a deck and I think are oh, this would be fun. I think Locust God, but I think the Scarab God is just crazy good. Like, that's gonna be so annoying to play against.
Yes.
What about you?
I would probably play the Scarab God.
Yeah, right. The thing's just
so
jeez, so good. Like, I played against it in limited and I was like, oh wow, I can't do anything.
No.
Like, so many cards are coming back each turn and just wrecking me.
But it's kind of a high barrier of entry because he's so much money.
He costs so much right now.
Buy some Hour of Devastation packs.
Yeah, there you go.
And finally, number 1.
Well, number 1 with a bullet in our hearts. That doesn't make sense.
No,
No.
Where did that come from?
Because she brings things back from the dead.
What?
What? Who now?
It's Muldrotha.
Moldova.
The Gravetide. So 3 black, green, blue, or soul type for a 6/6. During each of your turns, you may play up to 1 permanent card of each permanent type from your graveyard. So, holy crap. Holy crap.
Holy crap. That is, first off, 3 colors. Nice.
Yes.
So tons of choices to do. That ability, that's the worst.
It's so good.
It's so good.
So personally, as a Carador lover and commander player, I've been having some serious thoughts about what to do with this card because I can't have basically exactly the same deck. So, but I think I'll probably have to make this a Brawl deck.
There you
and
go.
Then
Yeah.
have Carador as my main squeeze still.
There you go. There you go. This is your side piece? Jay, how could you?
Shh, don't tell.
You just want to have some fun, play a little Brawl. You get the Gravetide out.
It's super innocent. Don't worry,
Yeah.
Carador.
I mean, there's some graveyard hate in Standard, but this card's just going to be so annoying to play against, and I want to play it so bad.
Are you going to build a Brawl deck with Muldrotha?
I think so, yeah. I mean, how can you not? It's so good. We're going to have Muldrova versus Muldrova.
A+.
There you go. I want to play a Brawl game where it's 4 players and they'll have the same commander of her.
Right.
I don't want to do that. That sounds horrible.
That sounds super.
That sounds so bad.
Super boring. But at
Right.
least it's not the old days where all slivers got +1/+1.
Oh, God, right. So, how's Brawl looking to you? After looking at this list.
I'll give it a chance,
I'll
which
give
is
it a
more,
chance.
more than I'll say for a lot of things. So,
Like Tiny Leaders or Frontier.
I did try Tiny Leaders once.
You did. How was that?
Yeah, meh.
Yeah, I know. I tried it out and I was like, I guess. It's okay.
Right.
Yeah. But it was just like also such a fast format where I was like, well, I don't get to play that much because you have this crazy ability and you have all these high priced cards. As it, also like standard stuff. So it's not going to be all this like crazy expensive stuff where you're just like, well, I can't beat this.
Right.
Like it's kind of somewhat balanced.
I'm all for promoting casual formats. So
Exactly. I'll try it out. Hopefully it's fun. Hopefully it stays around enough.
Yeah, I'd say we approve.
Yes.
Would you say? Yeah.
Yes. It has the Cumulative Upkeep stamp of approval.
The ever sought after Cumulative
Exactly.
Upkeep.
Our first and very sought after.
But there it is.
There it is.
Anyway, moving on
Moving
to
on.
wrapping up the episode. We're going to go into the community spotlight, which is going to be to thank Fishin again, because it was such a great experience. I'm just going to shine another spotlight on them, and they're really wonderful. And go listen to their podcast, Fishin, a Merfolk podcast. You can find them on iTunes, on YouTube, and then follow them on Twitter as well.
Yeah. It's a fun podcast. I listened.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow, this is really fun.
Yeah. Where can people talk to you?
If you want to follow me on Twitter, booster_tutor. I do YouTube videos with you.
Hey.
YouTube.com/boostertutor.
Yeah.
And what about yourself?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at untapupkeepj. That's me. Talk to us or leave us a comment. Let us know if you'd like to hear anything for us, our thoughts on anything, like the color pie. I don't know.
There you go. Whatever.
Yeah.
Also, the podcast has its own Twitter now.
Oh, yes, it does. It sure
Yes.
does. So follow Cumulative Upkeep on Twitter. So you can email us at cumulativeupkeeppodcast@gmail.com and subscribe to us on iTunes. It'd be rad. There's so many ways to contact us. This is getting ridiculous and long, and we're going to sign up.
There's too much social media. Burn it all down.
Just mail us a letter.
Mail us a letter, please. Yes, for me, please. Keep me in business.
Oh, yeah, as a mail carrier.
Yes.
So for now,
Till next time.
until next time, I don't know. What? Goodbye.
Bye. Shalila.
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 Hey there, Shalila. What's it like in New York City? You're 8 million miles away in Dominaria, but tonight it looks so pretty.
Oh no, you know all the